I have already explained that we are seeking, in particular, mobile, well-equipped, and readily available regular forces. Moves have already begun to organize a brigade group of over 4,000 as a cohesive battle formation trained to the highest pitch. This force will be equipped with the most modern weapons available. Special attention will be paid to mobility and the requirements of tropical warfare. The force will be additional to the Infantry Battalion Group, which will continue to serve in the Commonwealth Strategic Reserve in Malaya, which has a great part and will continue to have a great part to play in the Cold War.
In September 1957, Australia's Prime Minister, Mr. R.G. Menzies, described to Parliament and the people of Australia the future role of the Australian Regular Army in the defence of the Commonwealth. Now, the 1st Infantry Brigade Group embarks upon its initial full-scale exercises with all the elements of the brigade working as one force. Units have come to New South Wales from Queensland, Victoria and Western Australia to join units based in New South Wales in a series of field exercises designed to test the strength and possibly the weaknesses of our newly organized modern striking force. These maneuvers take place during a 6-week period which involves 5 regular field force exercises. They have been designed to test the skill of the troops and the efficiency with which their equipment can be expected to function under operational conditions. In their forward positions behind their patrols, infantry mortars are camouflaged and held in readiness for action. The 24-hour one-man ration packs are tested by the men on these exercises. The packs have been specially developed for the damp conditions of jungle warfare. Infantrymen equipped with modern transmitter-receiver pack sets move up to forward positions. The Brigade Group's signal squadron lays wire and establishes line communication between the units of the battle force. The terrain here is rugged, and infantry patrols move forward in their search for a concealed enemy. The Army today trains some of its officers as pilots, and light spotting aircraft are used for reconnaissance. Air operations for this purpose are now an important part of the infantry's preparations for battle over all types of terrain. Infantry patrols can now be linked by radio with light reconnaissance aircraft to assist in determining the enemy's movements and positions. Airborne operations have become an integral function of the newly formed brigade group. Commander of the 1st Infantry Brigade Group is Brigadier J.S. Anderson, OBE. Brigadier Anderson is a graduate of the Royal Military College, Dundrew. He arrives at the field headquarters of the brigade group from where he'll direct the exercises. These exercises provide the first opportunity for the brigade commander and his staff to test the efficiency of the Army's newly created striking force. Infantry patrols move deep into the forest in an attempt to make contact with the enemy. The rugged country tests the physical fitness of the men to the utmost. With contact established and positions pinpointed, the combined firepower of small arms, automatic weapons, tanks, mortars and artillery is brought to bear upon the enemy. The brigade group includes the 1st Armored Regiment of 39 Centurion tanks, and these are integrated to provide the infantrymen with strong support where the tanks can be used to best advantage. The mortar has proved to be a most important weapon in the jungle. In jungle warfare particularly, it's a valuable asset to the infantrymen. This is the 4.2-inch mortar, a most efficient weapon. Realism is the keynote of these exercises, and the men respond enthusiastically to opportunities which permit them to put into practice the lessons they have learned during their earlier preparations. Simulated casualties enable the field ambulance and field medical services to go into action as they would during actual warfare. Our field kitchen has been set up well forward and is now in operation to provide hot food for the men. First Infantry Brigade Post Office is already in operation and open to receive mail from the men. The Brigade Group's Royal Australian Engineers Field Squadron has moved up to prepare the ground for the forward movement of heavy equipment. This operation involves rapid road making and bridge building. The Royal Australian Engineers are trained to carry out the work of bridging over dry or wet situations using methods that were well proven between 1939 and 1952 in many theatres of war. This Bailey Bridge has been built across a deep gorge in a very short time. It will enable mobile equipment and ammunition to be moved up to support the forward patrol. The basic art of the sapper is practiced by excavating for a deep and well-protected underground command post. The engineers are responsible too for the supply of pure water to the combat forces. The course of the battle is controlled from camouflaged command vehicles which are linked by telephone and wireless to the various units taking part in the exercises. By now, artillery has been brought over newly made roads and bridges. 25 pounder guns shell the enemy's positions. The battle continues throughout the Members of the Brigade Group's commandos, the Special Air Service Company's paratroops, are brought into action at dawn. The men of the Special Air Service Company are the highly trained commandos of the Australian Regular Army. As part of this exercise, the men make a water landing at the base of a cliff, which must be scaled to enable an ambush of the enemy to be undertaken. The Special Air Service troops paddle silently to the shore in rubber dinghies. These men are trained in the cool, audacious, unexpected attack. The men are trained in the skills of roping up and down cliffs. They're tough, well-trained troops chosen for their adventurous qualities. In the 1st Infantry Brigade Group exercises, the SAS company plays the part of the enemy. Upon scaling the cliffs, the Special Air Service troops take up ambush positions, allowing forward enemy to pass before opening fire. Their mission completed, the men quickly returned down the cliff face to their dinghies, using methods of roping developed originally by Swiss mountaineers. Officers of the 1st Infantry Brigade Group and special observers have gained valuable information from this series of exercises. Towards the end of 1st Infantry Brigade Group's exercises, the people of Sydney have the opportunity to see the biggest parade of our armed forces to have taken place since the ending of the Second World War. The men, with their equipment, assemble in Sydney Domain prior to a spectacular march through the city. More than 3,000 men are taking part in this march, which includes some 250 of the 1,000 vehicles with which the brigade group is equipped, and a large quantity of equipment. Ferret scout cars, which can proceed forwards or backwards at speed over particularly rough terrain. The regimental colours of units of the brigade group are paraded, and no march would be complete without a regimental mascot. The Australian government has given top priority to the formation of the brigade group, which has been streamlined to achieve maximum mobility without loss of striking power. The highly mobile Special Air Service Company, composed largely of paratroopers and trained in commando tactics, has been raised and based at Campbell Barracks near Perth, Western Australia. The 25-pounder gun retains its place as a most efficient and extremely mobile light artillery piece. In addition to the firepower of the brigade group has been the powerful 4.2-inch mortar. The 101st Light Anti-Aircraft Regiment, Royal Australian Artillery, equipped with Bofors guns, is embodied in the brigade group. The Field Ambulance Unit uses jeeps as stretcher carriers. The 2nd Field Ambulance came by road from Victoria for the group exercises. This is Australia's modern army, streamlined and trained for action should it be required. An army of which every Australian may well be proud.